Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm TeresaLouise, and today I have a very special guest here with me. Her name is Kay from the Purplewall. Welcome, Kay. How are you today?
Well, I'm not outside, so I'm great.
Is it cold out there where you are?
Oh, it was like -30 or something crazy like that with the wind.
Negative 30?
With that wind.
Brr. It's not even that cold here. I think it's like we have 5 degrees, but it is snowing. Yeah, it is snowing again. So cold enough to stay in the house and do your sewing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
What else is there?
Okay. Let's see who we have out here in the chat land. Can you believe, you guys, that we got pretty close to matchy today? Isn't that amazing? We didn't even coordinate that. Looks like we got quite a few people. Let's see. We have hello, Polly. Hello, Lisa and Linda, Laureen, Melody, Joyce, Danielle, Mary G, Deborah, Gidgy Quilt, Donna Bogart, Carrie, Glenda. Hello, everybody. Jacqueline. Hello. Barbara. We have Linda. That's the Irish cell lady. We have Susan. Hello, Susan. And Jamie. Welcome, ladies. Hi, Kim. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. We have June. And I think hi, Brenda, Laura, Nancy, Denise. My chat just skipped, so. All right, welcome everybody. So, Kay, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself if you don't mind?
Hi, okay. I'm a first grade teacher, and I don't know what to say about myself.
Do you have any pets?
I do. I have 2 little babies. They're little Chihuahua mixes. My real kids will tell you that they're my favorite children. Um, let's see, I have only been quilting since 2019.
Oh, wow.
So this is a new
Hobby for you?
hobby for me, yeah.
Yeah. And you love doing it?
Oh, yeah. Well, once
Yeah,
I did one quilt, I was like, well, I want to do 3,000 more. Let me buy all the fabric in the world.
exactly. And darn them, they keep coming out with more fabric lines, so that doesn't help. Every 6 months
Oh, and
or
you know,
so.
you might never find another red floral fabric, so you've got to buy it now.
That's right. I hear you. And so you have a channel too, a YouTube channel.
I do. I have a channel. It kind of started out as being just kind of little hobbies, gardening and cooking. And then, like I said, my daughter got engaged, and I decided I would make a quilt for her wedding. So that was kind of where I started my quilting adventures.
Awesome. So if you guys haven't subscribed to Kay, you got to go over there and subscribe to her. I'll put the link in the chat. And Kay, you just put videos up when you have the time because you do work full time and everything. So, um,
Yeah, I don't do weekly. I do a project from beginning to end, and so then post that project. Um,
right,
Kind of sharing my beginning journey with other beginners is how I kind of started out thinking I would do. So I try to find um, beginner friendly quilts, free patterns, and then just work my way through them as I have time.
right. And you have a couple of outdoor videos too, gardening videos.
Yeah, I had some gardening videos. I hadn't gardened for a couple of years now. Had some physical restrictions put on me, and now I go to see my granddaughter a lot, so I don't do a lot in my garden right now.
Well, one of these days she can come over and help Grandma.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be great. Okay, well, I'm gonna talk about the. Oh, thank you, Jamie. She put your link in. So Jamie put the link in for Kay, the purple wall, and Kay's like me. She loves purple. So, in case you didn't guess. I'll go ahead and talk about the project that we're going to do. Now, this was a project that I talked a little bit about last year, and Kay and I even talked about it, or she said she wanted to do it too. And I just didn't get time to do it. So, a month or so ago, Kay sent me a message saying, "Hey, you want to do this project with me? Now, are you ready?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So it's festivals and fireworks is the project. And it was done originally by the Fat Quarter Shop, and they did it last year. And they also did it using the half square triangle papers on a roll. So it's a free block of the month or block of the week. I'm not sure do you know how the Fat Quarter Shop did it? Did they do it weekly or monthly? Well, it don't matter, but because it's all over there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you want to use the half square triangles on a roll, then get the pattern from the Fat Quarter Shop. And otherwise, Pat Sloan, she put the pattern up on her website too, but she gave a couple of different options. And one was just doing the half square triangles the normal way. And then another way she put it out there was to use the Aqua Quilt or the die machine, which I don't have that. So I'm just going to do half square triangles the normal way. Okay. So if you guys um, want to do this project with us, we're going to do it once a month. And we're going to start with block 3 because it's a little bit easier than block 1. Block 1 is the big medallion star that goes in the middle. And we thought it would be better to wait till the end to do that one. And that way it'll also give you a chance to, you know, work on making half square triangles before you tackle the big project. So block 3 is the one we're going to do. I do have all of the links in the description box below this video to Pat Sloan's website. And I actually linked each block. So you can go to my description box, pick out block 3, and it should take you right over to download that block. It should come right up, I hope. Actually, I didn't test it, but so if somebody's out there and it doesn't work, or it does work, please let me know in the chat. So we're going to do this once a month, right, Kay? We're going to do it like, I noticed this is the second week of the weekend of the month. So in February, you want to just stick with the second weekend or second Sunday every month, or?
Yeah, I think yeah. I know I just kept saying the 14th, but that's not how the calendar works, Kay. But yeah, the second Sunday, so.
Yeah, I looked on I only went to February, and I think it was February the 11th would be the next second Sunday. So that'll be our next time. And then if something comes up and we can't be here, we'll let you guys all know, and we'll just schedule another time to do it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. You can even see the picture of the project. I did not print anything out. Everything's on my computer, so I don't actually have a picture for you, but there are different blocks that go around the big star medallion in the middle. Kay, do you happen to have a picture
I
of
have
that?
it in black and white.
Okay, that's all right. Hi, Donna. Donna Ying Ying. How's it going today, sweetheart? The link works? Okay, great. Thank you, Donna. Appreciate
Sorry,
that.
the other side of my room. So, yeah, I didn't print it out in color
Okay,
because I'm
that's fine.
cheap, but this is how it. So
Awesome.
most of the months are just going to be 2 blocks for that particular style, except for the month that we do trying to find the corner. The months that we do these corner ones, that's got 4.
Mm-hmm. I think those were month 9.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, and we talked about this might take us a couple of weeks because you have this big star medallion, but then you also have this border that is entirely half squares.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that
so we'll probably break that one down into two shows.
2 sessions, yeah.
So, hi, Jen. Hi, Zach. Hello, Teresa. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? We'll start with that. And I have my fabric already picked out, and I think Kay does too. And so while Kay is showing her fabric, I'll look for questions in the chat. So
Yeah, so you can also see a picture of this on my community tab on Facebook, and then I also have my community tab on YouTube, but I also have a community group that we can share our finished, but it's called Delightful. So there's navies, there's grays, there's the lighter blue, there's yellows. So I've been wanting to do kind of a blue and yellow quilt.
oh,
I'm kind of excited
great.
about that. And then my background is it's you find a piece that doesn't have 6,000 things of lint on it.
Hi,
And
Nellie.
I'm not sure if you can see, my background is a white on white.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a print, but it's a tonal. I don't know if you can tell.
So those fabrics that you just showed us, are those all fat quarters, right?
Yeah, they're fat quarters. I looked
Okay.
at, she never really said, she just said a fat quarter bundle.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have how many pieces? 2, 4. I think this is like a 26 fat quarter
Oh,
bundle.
wow. That
So
ought
I
to
have
do
a
it
lot
then.
yeah, I have a lot of choices.
Yeah, I think if you look, I also put in the description box the link to like the main page of the project. And I think she started, Kat is the person I'm saying she had 18 fat quarters. So that's what she started with. But she didn't really say how much background fabric we needed. So for that size of quilt, I kind of guess like 3.5 yards of background fabric.
Well,
What do you start?
Kimberly says 5 2/3
Oh, Kimberly says 5 2/3.
of the
Wow. Okay.
background.
Well,
So
I have a whole bolt, so I won't run out. But okay, so 5 2/3 background, and then 18 or so fat quarters. And did it say anything for like sashing and borders?
For
I didn't see anything on Pat's for that, but
it said 7/8 for binding, but that's it.
okay, 7/8 the binding.
It makes a
You know,
74 by 74.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's that? 296.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Thank you for posting links, Jamie. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to start out with then, you know, at least 18 fat quarters, 5.5 yards, or maybe 6 yards of background. And then I have some other fabrics that I pulled too. So did you have any more fabric you wanted to show?
nope.
Okay. All right. So the easiest way to do it is having a fat quarter bundle. Um, I have not tried this pattern with any other pre-cuts. So Teresa, I can't answer whether or not you could use a layer cake. But if you had 2-layer cakes, you know, that I might go with that one, just because I'm not sure how much for each block, how much of that fabric you're going to need. So, I can't really answer that question. But to be on the safe side, if you're going to use layer cakes, I would use 2 at least.
It depends too, like how many colors you're going to use, right? Because
Right,
so here's our star that we're making. I did make a sample one already. And so you need 2 5-inch squares just of this color.
right. And that's
So,
not much.
I mean, and so, yeah, so a layer cake would be great because you can get all 4 of your squares out of that.
Right, right,
But I haven't really looked far enough to ahead to know. Then if you decide, oh, I'm only going to use 1 5-inch square from that one, what are you going to do with the rest of your
right,
10 squares?
right. The other thing, I guess if you only had 1 layer cake, maybe you could try and match up a couple of fat quarters to go with it, just in case you didn't have enough color variation or enough fabric, you would still have, something that would match the other fabrics that you're using. So, like, I'll show you mine. Some of this was a fat quarter bundle, but some of it was fat quarters just from my stash. But I wanted like a couple of extra purples, a couple of extra greens that I didn't have in this bundle. So I just went and pulled it. And then I also had some yardage that matches the same color. It's kind of a lilac and purple colors in it. And so and this is about 2 yards. I don't know if I'm going to need it, but I have it. I've had this pulled for like, I don't know, 8 months. It's been in a baggie because I didn't want to use it on anything else. I knew I wanted to use it with this bundle of fat quarters. And then I have this real pretty polka dot, a light, they're light and dark polka dots. I might use this. This is about a yard. I could use this in with the sashing or, binding or whatever. But basically, I'm not going to, hold up each one, but I'll just kind of go through it, kind of give you an idea. Uh, yes, it's kind of another purplish quilt. I know, I know. I love purple, green, and yellow, though.
That's so funny because I love, well, purple is my signature color. Um, but I don't make purple quilts. I talked about that to you yesterday. I don't know. Right now I'm just really into yellow, but that's probably because of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, I love all the colors. I've made all different. I don't just stick with, just a purple quilt or just a yellow quilt. I make all different kinds because, and the more quilts you have, the more what you can change your bedroom up. But I'm trying to think. I need some curtains that will just match everything. I'm trying to decide what color curtains I want to make. I think I'm going to do like just a cream color or something like that, and that'll just kind of match everything.
And it's
Oh,
just, yeah, you do like
and
a
then
neutral background and your accessories or your
right,
props.
and mine is a white on white too. You probably can't see it, but
Yeah, it really looks like mine.
it's got little flower tulips and sunflowers and leaves and stuff like that on there.
Yeah, that's
It's
really
really pretty. I bought the whole bolt of that, and because I got it for like $6 a yard, so I haven't even started using it yet. So okay,
So I just wanted
well,
to make sure that we covered everybody because I'm not sure when we said, when the question came in, but Mary wanted to know when it starts and is it once a month? So yes, it's once a month. We're going to do it the second Sunday of every month. So
no,
today starting, but you have until February 11th to do block 3. We're starting block 3. It
yep,
is
you have plenty of time.
yeah.
Mhm.
Um, I think that Pat did it as a weekly thing, and that was part of the reason I didn't get it because I have so many other things going on. I need to space things out a little bit better. Um, Kelly asked if we had any blocks done, so yep, I covered that. You answered the 10-inch square question.
See if there's anything else. So if you have
Hi
a
to
question,
everybody, of course.
be sure and tag us so it'll pop out and we be able to see it.
Teresa McBrayer wanted to know how long it's supposed to take. So there are roughly 9 blocks, but it will probably take us
10 or 11
10
months,
or
I would
11
think.
months, depending on how long it takes us to do that really big block at the end. And then we have to sew it together too. So
Right.
I don't, what's your philosophy on that, Teresa? Do you try and like do sections as you can, or do you wait and put all the blocks together at one time?
It kind of depends on the pattern. If a pattern allows me to, put sections together, like we could put the whole top together, top row, and the sides and the bottom, we could put those together. But because of that medallion in the middle,
Right.
that,
We won't be
you
able to
know,
go row by row.
so we would actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts, not including sashing or borders.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this video today is probably going to take a little bit longer because we're, you know, talking about everything. Whereas next month it might not be as long, and plus I will have my stuff ready for the block. I don't have anything cut out, so I do have my background ironed. So, and I see Kay has already made a block, and that's friendship block, basically, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that the friendship star?
Yeah. Friendship star. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna start cutting mine out. So if you have any questions, and I'm sorry, I know I missed a lot of comments and stuff like that. I will watch the
Thank you.
replay and so I can read comments later tonight or tomorrow. And then then I'll make a list of the questions we missed, and maybe I can answer them next Sunday, because I don't want to miss anybody's questions. Of course, you can always send a question in the Facebook group, and Kay belongs in that group too, my group. So if I don't catch it, she will. You're in that group, right, Kay?
Yeah, I'm in your group. And then this is, I just put in, this is my Facebook group. So you can also
Yep.
contact me on that one.
Does your group private?
Yes, you have to answer a question.
Okay. Yeah, I have a couple of people in that asked to join the group, but they did not answer the questions. And so I have not approved those people. So if you're one of those people that hasn't been approved yet, that's why. So go back over and answer the questions. I just want to make sure that you're a real person and not a crazy robot person.
Well, and
And
somebody's interested in actually quilting, not just
yeah,
spamming
right.
us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had one person who answered my question, and she knows who she is. But I let her in anyway.
Yeah, if I know them, that's different, Like I have some of my cousins are in there and my aunt, and none of those girls quilt. But, in my Facebook group, I don't feel like it's just for quilting. If you're knitting or crocheting, anything that you are making handmade, post it in the group because I want to see it all. I want to see what you're making. It doesn't necessarily have to be quilts. So, and especially like to see handbags because I'd like to make a few handbags.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Yeah, I like seeing all the things, but I'm probably never going to get around to learning how to do some of those things.
yeah, that's the problem. There's never enough time. Okay, I'm going to go to the pattern because I just have it as a PDF. So I need to see what I'm going to cut. All right, so
It looks
for
like
fabric,
Kelly's going to be sending us cranberry oat squares. I can't wait. She's making cranberry oat squares. Doesn't that sound delicious?
yes, sounds really good. Um, I bought some of those Fig Newton cookies the other day. I don't buy them very often because they're pretty expensive nowadays, but they were on sale. Then I hadn't had 'em. I love Fig Newtons. They're so good. And they got to be good for you, right? Full of fiber.
Right. Hey, Teresa. Oh, I see. Teresa has to answer one of the questions in your group. I thought she meant she had one here, but she just needs to answer your question to get in your Facebook group.
Oh, okay. Teresa's not in the group? God, I've
Uh,
known Teresa for forever.
that's what it sounded like.
Teresa? How come you're not in that Facebook group?
So I like these fig bars that I think it's like Nature's Bakery or something like that. And they have their raspberry and fig or pumpkin spice and fig. They're pretty good.
Oh, that sounds good.
And I like to pretend because they're Nature's Bakery, they must be healthy.
Okay, so this block number 3, we're going to make 2 of them. And so the background fabric is fabric C, you cut out 4 5-inch squares. So I'm probably going to be out of the camera here for a second. And then background fabric E, you cut out 10 4.5-inch squares. So I'll cut my 5-inch squares first, and then I'll do a strip of 4.5-inch.
Now, Teresa, are you going to make 2 different colors in your friendship stars?
Yes.
Okay.
One block will be one color, and the other block will be a different color.
Okay, because I was going to say, if somebody out there is just using one color.
Yeah, you could just use one color. And for that middle square, you could fussy cut something, if a print, if you want. You don't have to just do it background fabric. That would be really cute if you had something, you know, that you could fussy cut out at 4.5. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. It would be 4.5-inch square that you would fussy cut for the center. That would be kind of pretty.
Yeah, I toyed with a couple of different ideas for my center, and then I just finally decided I like the white, so I ended up with the white.
Okay, so now I know what I need. Write this down so I can go back to the chat. Fabric. I'm just going to write it down. Fabric A is 2 5-inch squares, and that would be of your color.
Oh, she was talking about Teresa McBrayer was talking about my group.
Oh, okay.
Shelly says, is this a sew along or a block of the month? And I kind of feel like yes.
It's both. It's a sew
Yeah.
along on a block of a month, on a block of the month. Right?
Yeah, because we're gonna sew together on Sundays if you can make it. If you can't make it, I am gonna post the video that shows the block also the Monday after our live. So just if you didn't, if you have any
Yes, thanks for
questions.
bringing that up. So I'll just say it again. Kay is going to do a short video of this block on her channel on Monday after we do the Sunday live. So you can always go over there and to get a more detailed view of how to make this block. But you know, this block is pretty simple, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it took me no time. It was pretty quick.
All right, so I'm just going to cut out my 5-inch squares. And also, if you're one of those people who like to cut everything out, you could go ahead and download all the patterns for each month and figure out how many 5-inch blocks you need to cut out and all that kind of stuff, and just do it all at the same time on your background fabric. Just get it done.
I like to just kind of cut as I go myself. But you can also, you know, if you look at Kimberly's page, each of her blocks, she says like how many fat quarters she used, but you know, I used 2 fat quarters for this particular block, but I still have, you know, almost a whole
Right.
fat quarter left.
I think what I'm going to do with the I know there's going to be a lot of leftover fabric.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll save it for like the back.
Oh
And
yeah,
just
I was
keep,
thinking of scrappy binding, but yeah,
that way
the
I
back,
can use up all the fabric, you know.
there's probably enough for the back and scrappy binding.
Yeah.
The link for Teresa's Facebook page, I think, is in her description box.
Yeah, it is. And if the bot is working, let me see. That bot was not working last time. Thank you. There it is. Thanks, Mona. So there's my Facebook.
We're doing block 3, Teresa McBrayer. We're starting at 3.
And Teresa, if you haven't done it yet, you could go under this video in the description box. There's a link that will take you right to block 3.
Stir says, Teresa, you are motivating us all. She appreciates your efforts. Thanks.
Thank you. Well, don't give me the credit. We have to give Kay the credit on this one. She got me motivated to do it. So, but thank you.
I think I lost internet on my
Uh-oh.
computer. So,
Well, I still see you.
yeah, I just had
And
my computer up so that I could post in the comments because I can't figure out how to do that.
Kay is in the bot also. Let me put it in there. It's okay. There, Kay's link should come up in just a second. So you guys can go over and subscribe to her channel.
And then if you look up a ways.
Okay, Kelly. I'll go over in just a minute and approve the people who are waiting at the Facebook group.
Oh, that's right. I did save that. I have to go.
So, you can do this, even though it says firework or festivals and fireworks, you don't have to do it. Like that kind of makes me think red, white, and blue, You can really just do this project in any colors that your little heart desires.
Yeah, I was thinking about calling mine like maybe Bright Stars or something like that. Because I mean, Pat renamed it, so I don't see why we can't.
Yeah, when I get it all done, then I'll name it something. And I might like make a couple of changes to it because I always seem to do that with patterns. You make it your own.
Yeah. Whoops. Don't talk and cut, Kay.
Okay. Okay,
So
you guys don't.
I posted my Facebook group in there again. If
Okay.
somebody asked about that. I have a Facebook group and I have a YouTube channel. Words are hard.
Mary, if you just go ahead and click on, if you look in the chat and go up to where it says the purple wall. It's in blue, and follow that. Click on that link that says facebook.com group. It'll take you right over there, and then you just answer those questions, and then Kay will approve you, and then you'll be in the group. And you do the same thing for my group. You just click on my link. I'll put it in there again.
Yeah, Teresa Foister. It's a quilt along. If you use like the foundation papers, you're going to follow the fat quarter shop. But if you want to do traditional piecing, then you're going to follow Pat Sloan's cutting instructions.
Yep. So this is my first color. Woohoo!
Beautiful.
Very purple. Oh, I forgot my iron.
June, stay away from people. You keep getting their germs, you'll keep getting sick.
I guess all of the kids in our local school here, all of them were sick. So they actually just closed the school for like 3 or 4 days.
Wow, how big of a school is it?
Well, there's only like 11 kids there, you know.
Oh my gosh.
So, but they just had to close the school. I think the teacher was sick too. I think they just ended up making it part of Christmas break, you know. It kind of extended that. But you know how kids are, they just keep spreading it around to everybody.
Hey, Lily, I have the black and white picture. But if you go on, like I said, if you can either search the link to Pat's quilt or the link to the fat quarter one, and you can see it in color. Hey, Carrie, where did you go to see the different versions? Did you just see that on Pat's Facebook group? Oh, I don't know if you know this, Teresa. Carrie's my sister.
Oh, okay.
Not that she knows so much about my business.
Carrie is?
Carrie Livenwood is my sister, yeah.
Okay. Well, welcome, Carrie.
When you see her in the chat, we have to be nice.
Also, I think I saw, Jamie put the Quilting Compound posted the link to the pattern that's over on Pat Sloan's website. And her website is called I Love to Quilt. So
I love to make quilts, isn't it?
Oh, I love to make quilts. Yeah, that's right. So that's the one that you're looking for that the Quilting Compound put in for you in the chat there.
And I think she had like a parade of finished quilts, maybe.
Oh yeah, she does. There is a parade of finished quilts. Let me tell you that the iron works better when it's hot.
It's the strangest thing.
Yeah, I thought I turned it on, but I didn't.
So Constance, my video will be on YouTube, so you'll be able to see that tomorrow. I just was I had the group because I thought if people wanted to post, we could see their fabrics and all of that.
Yeah, I would love to see the fabrics.
Our cranberry squares are ready. Oh gosh, so Terry, you have to plug it in too? Man, irons are quite the technological wonder.
Yeah, I have to. I make sure to unplug it before I leave the sewing room because there have been times that I didn't do that and it was on all night. Luckily, I didn't have a fire.
I mean, even do you have like the automatic shut off on it or no?
Yeah, but it doesn't work anymore. That iron's about 7 years old probably, and sometimes it works, and sometimes the timer doesn't work. So I just I just turn it off and then unplug it just to make sure.
My iron that I use here, like when I'm just doing real quick pressing, does not have the automatic anymore because I've dropped it on the floor too many times.
Oops. And
Here,
the other iron that I use up here doesn't have an automatic shut off. And so I just like to be in the same habit with both irons, you know.
Yeah. Mine is on a power strip, so I can just remember to turn everything off all at one time.
So my first block is going to be out of this pretty purple. I just love that. And then the next one is going to be out of this kind of the same flower design, but it's green.
Oh, look at the little bird.
Yeah, it has little birdies on it.
I love the bird.
Okay, so hey Becca, how's it going? Thanks for popping in. Okay, I need see that pattern.
I don't know why. I think I can cut sitting down. It never goes well.
Okay, so she's doing the 2 at a time method,
Yes.
right? So you take the 2 5-inch or 1 5-inch background and 1 5-inch color, put the pretty sides together. And since it's this long, you probably will want to draw a line from corner to corner. And then you're going to sew 1/4 of an inch away from the line on either side. Is that right, Kay?
Yes. You're going to
Yeah.
sew,
Okay.
yeah, just down the diagonal.
All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then these will probably be squared down to 4.5.
Yes. So if you were going to do one color for 2 blocks, you could do like the 4 at a time.
Yep.
You just have to do a little math. Or you can go out on the internet and find the chart, but I want to say it is a 7-inch square. And then when you do 4 at a time, you sew all the way around the perimeter and then cut an X. So it kind of just depends on, you know, if you want to like shorten up the time.
Yeah, I would probably just do the same way for for all 4.
Yeah, I just do the diagonal.
That way I don't get myself confused.
Yep. I just got done doing this block where we did 8 at a time.
Ah. Yeah, that's a pretty block. Yes, Constance. Just the regular Facebook group. I quilt too with TeresaLouise. I just will post things over there on this. And then there's Kay's Facebook group. Hi, Joan. How are you doing? No, I'm not caught up on the press flower. I was thinking maybe coming on tomorrow live and catching up on the pressed flower blocks. I have 2 to do. Number 8 and number 9. I have them cut out and ready to sew. So so I was thinking about coming on tomorrow around 1 o'clock or so and trying to get caught up on those. Yeah, Sylvia, you can do them scrappy and do different colors. You bet. Or, you know, too, if you have some, if you're like me, you save all your extra half square triangles from other projects. Maybe you have some cut out already that are 4.5-inch square. You could use those and use up all your scraps, you know. I wish I would have thought about that sooner because I have a lot of half square triangles, scraps. Oh, you haven't even started them, Susan? Yeah, better get started. I think they're awful pretty. So,
The pressed flowers, they are really pretty.
yeah. Okay, so I've just did these 2. Sewing 1/4 of an inch away from the line, diagonal line, corner to corner. Okay, so I did use light colored thread, so you probably won't be able to see it, but
Yeah, I can see her.
there we go. And so then I'm just going to cut on the line, drawn line that I made. So you're going to end up with 4 of those. Are you all done with the next one, Kay?
No, I was just waiting for you. I have my 4 and I squared them up to 4.5, but I was waiting just to see how you were gonna what tool you were gonna use for your squaring.
Okay. Well, I have a 4.5-inch ruler, block lock. That's
That's
probably
what I
how
thought.
yeah, that's what I'm going to use.
Yeah, so I never say it right. I use that Clearly Perfect slotted trimmer. So
Yeah.
that way I only have to cut on the 2 sides.
Oh, that works too. And I can't find that ruler, so I'm just going to use a regular ruler. Oh,
Yeah,
there it is. Never mind, I found it. Yeah, you can just use a regular 4.5-inch ruler if you have one. But having a 45 line on it would be extremely helpful. Now I'm going to go ahead and press these to the dark side. Are you pressing open or are you pressing to the dark?
I am pressing to the dark side.
And I'm going to put my pressing seam rice bag pressure on there. Make sure that block stays nice and flat. Or the half square triangle, I guess I should say.
I like to use my acorn pressing pen.
Oh yeah, I have one of those too. I always forget to use it though.
Okay. And then I have to make sure that I put all of my backgrounds. Sometimes it's hard to tell which one is the good side, which side is the wrong side.
Okay, so if you pressed your press to the dark, the block lock logo goes on the background fabric. So if you just try to remember that when you make a house square triangle, and if you pressed to the dark side, the logo for block lock should always be on your background fabric. Okay. I have done it wrong several times. It doesn't line up right if you do it. If you try to do it the opposite way, your measurements will be way off. So make sure the block lock logo is in the background. Does that make sense? I hope.
Yeah.
Nellie says you only have one question on your Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, just one question. It's not that deep. Thanks for putting all those links in, Jamie.
We appreciate you moderators. Thank you so much.
I was very excited to find out that you can order new nibs for that acorn pen.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Oh.
because I'm the reason we can't have nice things. And when I was putting my pen, I do this with my highlighters at school too. When I was putting my pen in, there's like a little, I don't know, there's a piece of plastic that goes around, and when I jammed it in the side and scarfed up my
Whoops.
pen a little bit.
Do you know how much the little tip replacements are?
Not off the top of my head. I do not, but I did see that you could get them, so.
I was just curious. Oh, Jamie said she needs some of the nibs. Do you where did you get them, Kay?
Well, I saw them on the Art East website because that's just because that's the sew along that I was doing and they were talking about it. But I bet Amazon has them. Amazon
Yeah,
has everything.
that's true.
Sylvia, nibs are the tip. She said nibs, question mark?
Okay, I'm almost squared
Yeah,
up
I didn't
here.
want to pull it out. I did hear Becca say that you could just pull it out and turn it around, but I didn't want to pull mine out until I was absolutely sure that if I had to replace it, that was a possibility. Because I know me.
You could also use those watercolor pens.
Yeah, I heard people discussing that they put Best Press in those watercolor pens. So then you don't have to buy the special acorn juice.
Right. Right.
That I
Here's
don't think
one.
is made of acorn. That's a pen. That's a water pen.
Yeah, water pen. This one
And
has
that's just
pretty
like
big. I have other pens that are smaller than that tip. You know, that's a pretty big tip. Okay, those are squared up.
Quarter Top has those nibs. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Andrea.
Oh, good. Thanks, Andrea. All right. Let's see. I need.
After you get your triangles all squared up, then you're just going to follow the diagram in the pattern to make sure that you are putting your star points in the correct direction. So you have your 5 now 4.5-inch backgrounds. That's the corners and the middle. And then your 4 half square triangles that you do just go around for your star points.
Okay.
It's a 9 patch, yeah.
Okay. So I don't need. All right. Let me go over and look at the pattern so I can see how it was laid out. Alrighty. So the dark is on the right. So we have background 4.5 square cut out. So I'll put one of those on the left, then a half square triangle, and then a background, a half square triangle, and like that. One in the middle, background. Make sure if you're using a white on white background, make sure you have it going the right way. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's kind of hard sometimes to tell.
It is, especially if your lighting isn't very good. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to try and put my phone down a little bit.
Oh, good.
There we go. Let me get my board. Put them all on the board so you guys can see.
Bye, Kelly. I can't wait to see what you do. Thanks for being here.
Bye, Kelly. Have a great day.
$11.98 for a 5-pack.
$11.98 for a 5-pack
Of the nibs, yeah.
for the nibs.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's not a bad price if you're a wrecker. Yeah. Oh, that purple's beautiful. So now, Teresa, tell me the order that you sew yours in. Curious.
I'm just going to take the ones on this one and this one on the left, the one in the center. I'll sew those together. Then I'll sew the next two together. And then I'll sew these together, chain piece.
Yep.
Okay. And then I'll add this one to there, add this one to this one, and this one to that one.
Okay. We're like the same person.
And then that's what I'm going to do. Exactly.
Yep. And then when I press, I will press, this time I'll press to the solid block.
Yeah.
So so it'll be pressed to the outsides, and then it'll be pressed to the inside so that I'll have those nesting seams.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Here we go.
And I just keep it all kind of connected like that, so that way I don't get confused about what's where.
Right. Plus, you can chain piece that way.
Yeah.
So Becca said, if you need some ribs or nibs, if you need some nibs, I have some extras. I'll drop them in the mail for free, Kay and TeresaLouise. Well, that's nice of you, Becca. Thank you.
That's super sweet. The rounded works better than the pointed tip. I didn't know there was a choice.
I didn't know either. Which one is mine?
Oh, Kim is leaving. Bye,
Scheduled.
Kim. I hope you're feeling
Bye,
better
Kim.
soon.
Feel better, Kim. Mine is chiseled, I guess.
Glenda says, beautiful, Teresa. Maureen says, different, but both pretty. Linda Parsons says, hi. Donna says pretty colors. Thank you, Glenda, for saying nice things.
Hi, Debbie. Debbie, the In Quilt Effect, she has a new channel. And she actually went live today for the first time. So I was able to go over there for a little bit. And I don't have her in the bot, so, but if one of the moderators wouldn't mind putting Debbie's link in there, that'd be great.
How do I?
Okay. All right, so then I just throw it all back over here and I lay it back out because I don't want to get it turned around at this point, you know. And now I'll just grab the next one here. And I think Kay is faster at me than at sewing because I see she's just sitting there waiting.
Well, I was very prepared because I'd already cut out all of my pieces. So
Yeah, and I should have been too, but I was cutting out the stuff for block 8 and 9 for the press flowers.
oh,
And I should have been cutting this stuff out. I had my priorities all messed up.
hello, Lori.
Hi, Lori. How are you doing today? So, what is everybody else working on? I know Debbie was doing kitchen towels, adding, you know, the decorative part on top of the kitchen towel so you can hang it. I didn't get to finish watching the video yet, but
Like a fabric
those
handle or the crochet handle?
fabric handle.
Take the
I think I
nib
need to
out.
change.
Turn it over. Everybody is saying the rounded side is better. Take that nib out.
Huh. Well, like you said, I didn't even know they had different rounded or chiseled. Okay, let me get this pressed.
Oh, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. But there's like a thing there. Is it going to matter that it doesn't go back inside that thing very easily? Now that I have stuff all over my hands. Does that matter, Becca? Because like the little spongy thing doesn't go in there the same way? Wait, there it goes.
Oh, you just
There it
flip it. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had to kind of squish it a little bit because there's a sponge that goes around it. The hole is round and the nib is not, but
Mine came right out.
yeah, but when you put it back in,
Yeah.
there's like a little spongy part to put it back into. Mine didn't go right in that part. But I got it.
Okay, I'll try it that way.
Yeah, we'll see how long it takes for me to mess that part up.
So I'm just probably going to do one of these blocks today on the live, and then that'll be my homework. So
Homework.
I don't want to keep. I know you've already done year 2, right?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up.
Ow, ow. I just poked myself, darn it.
Awesome.
That's
Thank you for the tip, Becca. Pun not intended.
I'm glad I didn't cuss when that happened.
Uh-oh, what did you do?
Poked my finger with a needle or with a pen.
Oh, you're pinning? Oh, you're pinning?
Yeah.
I'm not really a pinner.
Hi, Valerie. How you doing?
Lost a little.
I don't need a new nib because I hardly ever use. I always forget about that thing. Um, I do use it when I am paper piecing or foundation paper piecing, but just on my normal sewing, I don't use that pin. I always forget. It's kind of like one more step, type of the thing that. But I know there's a lot of people that do.
It depends on the block. If it's like in the case of this, where you're going to have to fold over a seam where the half square triangles are.
Right.
Then I kind of like it in those junctions because you get that bump.
Yeah, you get it a little bit flatter with the. I'll
And I
try
don't
it.
have a fancy smancy rice bag.
Oh, Valerie went to a birthday party. That sounds like fun.
Oh, excellent. Was there cake? It's not a party if there's no cake.
Yeah, gotta have cake.
Sarah's working on a quilt for Jelly Bean, also known as her new granddaughter coming at the end of March.
All right, now I just have to press it. And we'll be good.
Cake was delicious. All right, here's mine. This one's yellow.
Ooh, pretty.
It's a softer
like it.
yellow. There's some brighter ones in there. So, yeah, that's gorgeous.
Okay, now I need to press it. See how I did with my points? I'm off a little bit. That's all right.
Yeah, mine aren't perfect. It's okay.
Yep. It's
It
not
doesn't
enough
have to be
to
perfect.
make me take them apart or anything.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. If the triangle was going in the wrong way, I would totally redo it, but
Right.
Irish Sail Lady, is that her name?
Yeah.
I am going to post a video tomorrow on my YouTube channel that shows you how to make those half square triangles. But it's a very simple method because we are not using the papers.
There you go. So that's number one. And then, but you need to make 2 of these for the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can do it however you want. You could use the same fabric as you did in your first one, or like me, I'm going to do my next one in green. And then once I get both of them done, I'll post a picture in the Facebook group. And do you happen to know what next month's block is?
Next month it's this star, but it's a 4 patch of the stars. So there's 4 stars in the one block.
Oh, right. Okay. So they're basically little.
They're going to be little, yeah, here, I'll find you the picture. So there'll be 4 stars in one block.
Oh, cool. And two of those.
Yep, we'll do 2 of those.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely have my stuff cut out and ready for that one. That one's a little bit more sewing, it looks like.
Yeah, well, because it's still going to be a 12.5 by 12, and it's going to be this size, but there'll be a star in each corner.
Yeah.
So it's going to be we probably are making, might want to make 4 at a time. I'm not sure. I haven't pulled out the directions yet.
Okay.
What does it say?
But
The time?
definitely more half square triangles.
Yeah, because each unit is 6.5 inches. So that's going to be 2.5 inch squares to make the stars out of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
that's okay.
yeah. So what do we have?
Yeah, like
We
Eric
do.
said, we'll be experts at half square triangles by the time we get done.
Well, yeah, true story.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah.
I kind of feel like I got my fill of half square triangles on Berrylicious, the quilt that I just almost am done with, because that whole thing was half square triangles.
Oh.
Yeah. This one.
Oh yeah.
Berrylicious. And that one was how many? Make 156 half square triangles. Yeah. So that was a lot, but I think a quilt looks a lot prettier, in my opinion, with half square triangles. There's so much you can do with half square triangles.
Yeah,
There's
the
so many
formation
layouts.
is just, yeah.
Yeah.
Mary, the F and FPP is foundational paper piecing. So you build it on the paper. Oh, Donna said it already. Thanks, Donna.
Yeah, foundation paper piecing. Yep. Teresa strived for perfection, so pinning it is. But it didn't work because mine is off just a little bit, so obviously the pinning did not prevent it from being perfect. No, I don't strive for perfection. I just would rather have it done. And it's off by like less than an eighth of an inch. So it's not much.
I mean, yeah. If you zoom, you'll probably notice it's not perfect, but by the time you piece it and then you quilt it and then it crinkles and
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know,
There's no quilt police here. Let me just tell you that.
yeah, like I said, if the point wasn't going the right way, that would be a very glaring error that would have to be fixed. But,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. If I would have sewed this, the wrong way, I definitely would have taken it apart and fixed it.
Yeah, and you can see the star, so I'm just I remember, when I made my daughter's wedding quilt and I hadn't quilted before. I had done like garment sewing. And it was important, number 1, and then it was just I had these expectations, number 2, but I was crying. Oh my gosh, my points aren't fitting correctly and this is just ruined. It's going to be terrible. And she never once inspected it to see if my points were correct. She was just so pleased that I made it for her. So I tried to give myself a little bit more grace than I did when I first started.
Yeah. I have never had somebody that I've given a quilt to come back to me and say, well, your points didn't match here, or this didn't line up, or this or that. Nobody has ever said that to me. So
Thanks, Carrie.
that's your sister, Carrie?
Yeah, that's my sister. Yeah. So yeah. So
Well,
she's my quilter support. So we spend a lot of time snapping and
yeah. Awesome.
hearing back and forth. So
Is she making this project too?
she is doing it in red, white, and blues.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Cool. Well, maybe if I get the Zoom working, we could have her come on with us.
that would be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Well, you say that now.
Yeah. But you can't have more than one on the YouTube
Oh yeah.
go live with a friend, so it's just one person. I don't know when they're gonna fix that, but at some point. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Let's look. Mona likes the 32 half square triangles at once. Boy, that would be a lot of them.
Can you do that many? I
I
can't
don't think I've ever seen it done, but
I can't even do the math for that. But so if you did the vertical and the horizontal, and then you did another vertical horizontal up here in the little diagonals, you'd get, I don't know. That's a lot of math for me.
yeah, I'm not sure. Mona, go ahead and do a video on that and we'll watch.
Yeah, we'll totally watch that. We want to see how that math works out.
Hi, Dave.
Eric said he had people tell him his points were off. Rude and ungrateful. I'm glad you never made anything for them again.
So I think the only place I would want or expect that to happen is at a quilt show, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're entering it and you are right trying to demonstrate, I guess, mastery,
Right.
then sure. Yeah.
I wouldn't expect it if like I put it in a quilt show that's at like at the fair. You know,
You
like
wouldn't
at the
expect
fair.
it at the fair?
Well, you know, at the fairgrounds, that's just like kind of where the local folks go. That you should be able to put anything in there. You know what I mean? Without, but if
I see
you're
what you're
actually
saying.
going to like QuiltCon or whatever these big quilt shows are, then where they judge you, then I think I would want it to be a little more, you know, closer to perfect.
Yeah. No, true. Mary, the blocks are 12.5-inch unfinished.
Yeah. So if you have any quilting books that show you how to do 12.5-inch blocks unfinished, and you don't want to do two of the same kind of blocks, you could substitute a different block to take that place if you wanted to. I'm going to just pretty much follow the pattern here.
Yeah, there aren't any that I like hate. So
Yeah, quilt. And the other thing is I don't hand sew my binding. I always sew my binding my machine, and I think that's one of the things you get marked off for at a quilt show is not hand sewing your binding. I don't know why it's such a big deal, honestly, you know. But
I guess that's just the standard of,
if it's okay to use your sewing machine to piece the blocks and piece your quilt, why isn't it okay to use the machine to put the binding on?
well, yeah, you don't hand quilt the sandwich either. I mean, that to me seems
Yeah,
like that's its own category
right.
if
Yeah.
there's
So
hand sewing involved, but
I just don't think you should get marked off for doing it. I mean, it takes but that's like one of the things that it takes me a long time to do, the binding with the sewing machine because I want it as close to the edge as I can get, you know, right along. Uh, so I would think I would get extra credit
yeah.
for
Oh,
lining it up right.
Donna Heffler only hand sews her bindings. I mean, I I'm just not a hand sewer. I like
Yeah, I
to.
know quite a few people that um, only hand sew their binding. But my hands just can't take it. They end up falling asleep and they get, you know, the all the nerve endings and my fingers fall asleep and all that. It's just not worth it to me to do it. But
I mean, hand
I
does
think it
hers.
to each his own.
I think it depends on how you were taught, probably, and whether or not, you have the physical capability, sure.
Well, the gals that taught me down here locally, um, two of them did their binding by hand and two of them didn't. So
Hmm.
I think it's just a preference, really. Anyway, um, I would say it does take you, I would say, a few projects to getting that sewing your binding down to where you are going to like it. Um, but I would give it a try because it's a lot faster than hand sewing. Anyway,
I'd rather
that's my
staple the
2 cents.
quilt shut and be done. Eric. Oh gosh.
Oh, he does, Mona. I didn't know that. She said Ian sews his binding on by hand and he wins at the quilt shows. Well, good. Great. I'm glad to hear that. So anyway, all right. Well, I don't see any other questions about the project. So I hope you guys all join us on this project. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and you know, you only have to work on it once a month, one day a month. That's not too bad. But I lost you for a second. What are you
Oopsie.
doing there? What are you doing,
Well,
Kay?
the internet's a little unstable right now.
Oh,
So, yeah, so we'll be back February 11th to do block 4. Our block 2 is going to be block 4. If you don't want to do it in our order, it's really okay. Just come and sew with us anyway.
right. Yep. You can definitely do it in your own order if you want. But yeah, we will be doing number 4. So like we both said, if you guys have questions after this, you could ask over on the Facebook group, mine or Kay's or both, whatever, or under in this video. You can leave a comment after the live stream, and we'll get back to you. So, okay, yeah, Tiffany comes on in about 20 minutes. So there you go. Tiffany's Quilting Life will be on next. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for agreeing to do this. It'll be a great time.
Yeah, I think so too. So we'll see you all later, you guys. Have a great weekend and remember to stay warm, and blessings to everybody. Love you guys.
Take
See if I
care.
can figure out how to stop the video now. It's different now that, you know, it's turned. Okay. End live stream. End.